In America, unlike other countries, where they let you die in a ditch, in America, if you're too poor to be sick, we'll pay for your doctor. Isn't that right?
It is.
And one of the programs we do that through is Medicaid.
Correct.
Okay. And this money for Medicaid, it didn't just fall from heaven. We thank heaven for it, but it came out of people's pockets, didn't it?
Every dime of it.
And some of that money is stolen, isn't it?
Yes.
And the states, not all of them, but many of them, allow it to be stolen, don't they?
Yes.
Let's take Medicaid in California, for example. I don't mean to just pick on California, but because this happens in other states. We saw it happen in Minnesota, for example. But in California, for every dollar that the California state government puts up for Medicaid, for the Obamacare portion of Medicaid, the federal taxpayer puts up $9, don't they? And so, is that right?
That's correct.
Wow.
And so as a result, California has allowed thousands and thousands of these social assistance and so-called health care providers pop up in California, haven't they?
Yes.
And some of those providers steal the money, don't they?
Yes, we know that to be true. Yes.
And the money never gets to the people they supposedly are trying to help. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And the other way that California and others abuse the fact that they're putting up $1 and the American taxpayers putting up $9. Did I mention it was $9?
I think some say it's even more, but yes,
Yeah.
9 work.
They expand the services, don't they?
Yes.
Because some states, like California, I don't want to paint with too broad a brush. It's not everybody in California state government, but it's a lot of them. They see this as free money, don't they?
They're not paying for it, yes.
Isn't it a fact that, for example, Medicaid in California will pay a provider to provide tribal prayers? I looked all this up.
I mean, I'll accept that. I didn't know that, but yes.
That California will actually pay a health care provider, I didn't know this was a medical expertise, to pay for exorcisms. Is that right?
What the?
I'll accept that, Senator, but that's.
They
Oh
pay,
my
the
God.
California Medicaid program will pay for herbal medicines,
There's nothing wrong with that.
meal deliveries.
That's good too.
They'll pay for housing. I don't know
Also
what
good.
housing has to do with health care. Is that correct?
Well,
Yes.
Come on.
Were you aware that the Medicaid program using federal money, taxpayer money, will pay for an in-home chef?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if it's a family member, yes.
Yeah, they'll even pay for gymnasium fees through Medicaid in California.
Not necessarily
pay
the
for
worst use of
bicycles.
money, though.
Scooters, gym memberships. Did you know that?
Yes, several
I
states do,
kind
but
of agree
California
with
does
this.
for sure.
They'll even repay your student loans. Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of the student loans repayment.
Yeah, they'll repay somebody's student loans to encourage them to become a health care provider. I mean,
Not
California,
the worst,
they're just
though.
setting all
Really
kind of
doesn't
records.
sound that bad.
These folks are they're wild people. California's got 12% of the population. In the last 10 years, they're responsible for half of these new so-called health providers to provide exorcisms and other things. Now, what the hell are we doing about it? Why
Very
has this
interested in
gone
hearing more
on for
about
so
the
long?
Healthcare.
Senator, listen, it's a great
exorcisms.
question. And what you just described are programs that are allowed under the program. You have a whole other issue in California where a lot of these folks are just stealing the money, not even running it through for exorcism.
They're thieves, aren't they?
They're thieves, correct.
And California just watches it happen, don't they? Not everybody in California. The government does, doesn't it?
Well, that's the challenge in a lot of states, is that we don't have a state government, which you all have entrusted to run these programs and take care of the money that you all give them. There's state structures that absolutely do not do any compliance, and they don't do their job.
Because they don't have no incentive to. They're getting free money. Isn't that right?
Yes, I think so, yes.
We got to change this, General.
We're trying.
I call this a slush fund. You want to talk about slush fund? This is a tier 1 slush fund that's been going on for years and years and years. Billions and hundreds of billions of dollars is stolen.
Yes, Senator. And that's why, look, this department stood up a whole new fraud division, and AUSAs around the country prosecute fraud every day. So it's not as if we didn't have the work out there, but it's so systematically taking money from the American taxpayer that we very much believe that it needs its own stand-up structure. And I think it's true for the reasons that you just said.
If you need an exorcism, you can go to California, can't you?
Thank you, Senator.
So I'm very interested in hearing about how Medicaid in California pays for exorcisms. So I just did like a quick web search, and it's kind of taken out of context. Not necessarily a true like exorcism like we see like in the movie The Exorcist, but what he's referring to is California Medicaid will cover American Indian, Native American healing ceremonies, rituals, herbal remedies, music therapy, and quote-unquote spiritual interventions. I know this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of agree with this. I kind of do. I think that there is a lot of evidence-based healing with natural products, sound healing. I have a very good friend in California that is a sound healer. I think the whole exorcism may have been taken out of context. And I actually think it's kind of cool that Medicaid does pay for these cultural-based healings, and I kind of wish that in other states they covered this too. But again, I know that that's probably an unpopular opinion.